Hi, welcome. Welcome to the October monthly Cleanse and Heal. Today I've been connecting with the energies of Mary Magdalene, and she's kind of created and passed on to me, so I hope I do it justice, a beautiful piece of imagination cleansing that we will be doing partway through. But first of all, let's just take a moment to reconnect with the body. So let's just take a seat. The beginning of this is going to feel a little more active than the normal weekly resets. So don't be getting cuddly yet. Don't be snuggling into bed yet, because I'm going to be asking you to move your arms and a little bit with your body too, but only the upper half of your body. Okay, so sitting is absolutely fine unless you wish to stand. But for the moment, let's take some breaths. We're going to come in through the nose, and then a long out breath through the mouth. Gently reminding you that as you take the in-breath and then the long out breath, we are reconnecting the mind to the body. We are settling into our parasympathetic nervous system, the rest, the digest, and the healing phase. We are allowing ourselves to become connected to ourselves. I've already called in 5 archangels to hold space for us, the directions and the elements, to lend us their strengths and their care as we gather together. And as we breathe and we connect with ourselves, we're going to call the awareness in from all the places that we've been today, all the things that we've been thinking about, all the places where our mind has leapt to. We're going to call that presence, that awareness back to behind the eyes, coming settled into the here and the now. You might feel it as if it's collecting energetically behind the eyes, but you're bringing it all back. Being present now. Feeling your bum on the seat. Feeling your feet connecting with the floor. Feeling your head upon your back, upon your neck. Possibly feeling aches and pains through your shoulders, your hips, your feet. Just noticing the pains and tensions that are within the body. We will help them in a moment, but just noticing for now. Gently do a scan as you move down from the top of the head, down, down, down through. Just get a sense of where your body is, where it's feeling constricted, where it's feeling relaxed, where you can't even feel it because it's perhaps you're dissociated from it, perhaps it's very relaxed and you don't need to be part of it. Just having an awareness of where your body is and how it feels. So let's just take some breaths with that. Knowing that as we do these practices, if you find at any point that you need to release sound from your throat, welcome it. It's just a way to release excess energy, emotional energy, mental energy, just energy from the body, giving it space for something lighter and easier. So if you need to sigh, sigh. If you need to moan, moan. If you need to cry or to scream, and you can do the screaming in a way that won't upset the rest of your household, which will then interfere with what you're doing here, go ahead, do that. Maybe scream into a pillow if that's what you need to do. Just let the energy out and then come back to being present to the breath with your awareness behind your eyes. We're going to drop a grounding cord down now. So imagine now that you're extending your beautiful beam of light energy from the top of your spine all the way down to the base of your spine, and then all the way down through the layers of the earth, traveling through the soil layers, the rock layers, the water layers, the crystal layers, to the molten metal layers, the gaseous layers in the center. Connect within there, for within there is the earth womb. And we are, as children of the earth, connecting to our mother energy. So connect in there with your grounding cord. If it feels right for you, just seek permission, knowing that it is always given. Space is made to welcome you. And allow yourself to connect. And allow yourself to receive the mother energy, the Mother Earth's energy, back up into your body. So it's going to come up through that grounding cord, up through that gaseous, molten hot layers, up through the crystal layers, up through the water layers, the rock layers, the soil layers, and up through the layers of your home into your energy system, coming up through the feet, the knees, coming up into the hips, up into the solar plexus space, and then it come up to the heart space and settle. And repeat to yourself, or repeat out loud with me 3 times. We're going to say, I am earth. I am earth. I am earth. And notice how grounded you feel just by saying those statements. How more solid and connected you feel to Mother Earth. And let's take another breath, coming in through the nose, and a sigh as you let everything out. And maybe a wriggle. I'm feeling quite tense in my shoulders from too much computer and leaning over a desk type work. Where are you feeling it in your body today that could just do with a little bit of movement? And let's breathe into that space. So wherever that tension, that constriction is, I want you to, when we breathe in through the nose, imagine that you're directly breathing into that place within the body. And then we're going to hold it for the count of 3 before we gently breathe it back out again. So when you're ready, taking a breath in, holding it in that space, wherever it is that feels really sore or tense or tight, constricted, and then releasing out. I'm going to do that 2 more times, breathing into that space. Breathing that love, that light, the essence of the air, the very life force energy. You're breathing it into that space as you hold that breath. And then release that breath out. And again, breathing into that space. Hold, 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 just allowing that energy to come in and to bathe the constricted area, the tight area. Just allow it to bathe as you now release it down. Okay. Now I'm noticing that although it's eased, I still kind of want to do a little twist just to help the movement going on, particularly as I'm not resting against anything, I'm sitting upright. Okay, so we've connected to our energy in a very gentle way with the energy of Mother Earth. We've connected to the body and the breath. Now I want you to notice within you, just gently searching, is there a place within you that feels peaceful, that feels easy, that feels like love? And just asking, if there was a place, if there was such a place within you, where would that be on your body? Now I notice mine's here. Where's yours? And it might just be a sense of light. It might be a sense of lighter energy. It might be a sense of, it could be a visual representation. How your energy system and your information comes to you is very unique to you. So just give it a couple more moments. Let's just breathe and ask, where is the ease? Where is the peace within my body? Where would that show itself? How do I know that it's here? Now you've got that space. If you can put your hand on it, do. Doesn't matter which hand, and you can do both hands, whichever feels right for you. And if you can't, just put your awareness. You know how we collected the awareness from the day, from the things that we've been thinking about. Put that awareness to the place where you feel that difference, where that peace, that ease, that love resides upon you or within you. So put the awareness there, or your hands there. And just start to invite that sense of peace and ease and love to come to the forefront, to become more than just that space where it is. Allow it to flow so it's more fully within you. And we're just taking some breaths, allowing the life force energy to expand that peace, that ease, that love across the self. And if you can, invite it, ask it, invite it to fill as much of yourself as is possible at this time. And we won't judge how much has it and doesn't have it. We're just inviting it and seeing what that looks like. Because remember, the more you come back to this, the more you'll notice that it shifts and changes, the more easily you'll be able to access it, the more it will be embedded within you. And there will still be some days where it's harder to access than others. That's just human. That's just being human. So let's just go back to allowing, inviting, asking for it to begin to become more of us. Particularly imagine bringing it into the brain, into the head, where you can often spend a lot of time in this space. So let's let that power down and just sit to rest in this peace and this ease. We're just going to take a couple more breaths here. Beautiful. And thank you for joining me in that part of the practice. Okay. So the next part is, there's a fly in here. Didn't expect that, did I? Recently, I joined a meditation membership with a chap called Kyle Gray, who many of you probably already know. So he is, I've always just referred to him as the angel man. He's been channeling angels since he was 16 years old. And I have shared one of his Kundalini energy practices within this space before, but I would like to revisit that so that we get to make our energy fresh and shiny, and to help us be in the best place before we start to travel with Mary Magdalene's visualization meditation. So I'm going to explain it very slightly first, but what we're going to be doing by using our arms, we're going to be cleansing our aura. Okay, and there's 3 movements. And the first movement is like full outstretched arms, just coming up to the top and coming back down again. Then the second movement starts at a Y and comes up and crosses over. So you'll do that with your hands and coming back down to here again. And then the third movement is a forward and scoop. So I'm going to have to move the table out of the way so that I won't bash it, basically. So I want you to make yourself into a space where you can put your arms to the side and you can reach your arms in front of you without hitting anything. So pause if you need to as we do this. Now, it might feel a little tiring on the arms unless you've got a lot of upper body or shoulder strength, actually, more than anything. But if that is the case, then the one where you're coming out here and going up to the top, you can literally just come up to here. Just do it where you feel your movement will allow you to. The one that comes from a Y and comes across, which will be above the head, you can just do that here. You can do that here and polish your aura there. And the one that kind of scoops forward, most of us have enough flexibility and strength to be able to do that without any problems. And it feels a relief to do the movement that goes forward rather than at the side. If, however, you struggle with that, then you're literally just going to scoop and chuck, scoop and chuck. And I'm going to explain what we're doing as we go through it. But all of this is about polishing our auras, bringing in really good energy as we use the breath. And we can have an intention for lightness, for love, for presence and embodiment. We can have an intention that allows us to be really here in our physical selves, as well as having beautiful, shiny energy. And that way, when we go about doing our daily stuff or connecting with people, our relationships, our jobs, whatever, that we're able to be our best selves as we do this. And it's quite a quick practice, so I can segment this off. Okay, so I'm just going to move my notebook. So remember what I'm doing. I'm going to move the table slightly. There we go. Okay, so the first movement is going to be arms here, and we're going to take a breath in as we come up to the top and breath out. And we're going to do that quite a few more times. We'll try and count, but we're going to do about 10 of them. Okay, so breathing in, breathing out, moving your arms down, breathing in, lifting your arms up, breathing out, leaving them down. And I want you to do this with your breathing pattern, hoping that you can hear me okay. There we go. Breathing in and down. And imagine you're polishing your aura as you do this, making it super shiny. As it spins around you, you're polishing it. We're just going to keep going and keep going. You're doing really beautifully. And if it helps you to concentrate on a feeling of light, close your eyes and just focus inwardly on the light within and the light around you. And let's do a few more. Okay, now we're going to bring our arms up to a Y, and this is the one that you'll do the cross like this overhead. Okay, try and make sure that your back is sitting upright, that you're kind of like your shoulders are above your hips. But let's go for it. Are you ready? Arms coming up, so we're breathing in, we're crossing, and we're breathing out. Four more. Bring your arms down. And now we're going to scoop forward. So what you're doing is you're literally using your hands, you're scooping forward. Imagine you're scooping into a pot of gold and throwing it over your aura. This one you might remember from previously. So breathing in and breathing over. Breathing in and breathing over. Breathing in and breathing over. Breathing in, breathing over. You can get the pattern now. Two more. Remember, you're in a beautiful pot of gold. And you're showering over your angel, over your aura. And shake, not shake, rub your hands together. And just place them at your, let's move that so you can see properly. Place them at your heart center. And just for this portion, we'll finish this portion with 3 expressions, vibrations of Sat Nam. So a long Sat and a short Nam. So when you're ready, taking a breath in. Sa Nam. Deep breath in. Sa Nam. Deep breath in. Sa Nam. So thank you for that portion. Now I gently ask you to settle into your comfy place. I'm going to do some gentle energy clearing exercises where you can just, you can either repeat what I say, or you can just say yes to that. Yes, that. You can literally do that as I say. You can go, yes, that. And I've only got a couple of areas here that I wanted to clear out specifically. If there's something else that's coming up, you can come back to this and watch it on the replay and pause the video and use my energy clearing statements to clear this for you. Okay. It's also really helpful, particularly when you're not very experienced at feeling the energy. So I know I can pick out the threads and I can kind of pull on something and make it come forward. When you're first learning, it's much better to feel the energy within you. So when I bring up, which actually 2 of these words there's three things I wanted to look at. 2 of them are emotional based. One of them's kind of a mental activity based. So these phrases or these words as I bring them forward, just notice where you feel that they might be within your body or have been within your body. So therefore could easily be triggered again. And as you feel it in the body, that's the thing you're releasing. You're releasing the energy of that is laid down in eons within you, from times before, whether it's ancestral, doesn't matter. We're going to clear that piece of energy, but connecting to it first is the first step to feeling it, noticing it, so that we then can release it. We can't release emotions just by saying them. We have to connect to the feeling, because that's the point. They are a feeling. And once we've connected to them, we then get the chance to express it, transform it. And transforming it means it changes and goes. It doesn't stay the same. Okay, I'm hoping that makes sense. But if you have any questions, please just ask. So the first energy I want to talk to and to do energy clearing statements with is the energy of overwhelm. So just notice when you get overwhelmed, where do you feel that? Like right now, I can tell you I feel fizzy around my head, like that kind of noise and vibration that's going on around my head. Have a tune in. Where do you feel overwhelmed? Are you currently struggling with overwhelm? So I'm just going to ask the angels to plug us into even more light, please, as we do this. We know we're connected to Mother Earth. We've cleaned our aura. We've got the light within and the light around. So let's just have more light showing us exactly where the overwhelm is. And you might even get a sense of, so I have like cartoon squiggly lines and hashtags and exclamation marks going on. That's kind of how it's showing itself to me at the moment. You might have something similar, completely different. Whatever you receive is right for you. Remember this is an internal journey. Just because I say it's one thing doesn't mean that is true. So the overwhelm that you're noticing there, I want you to now ask for it to be highlighted. And the more you practice this, the more you become aware of where that shows itself in your energy field. So one technique I was learning, probably about 3 years ago now, is that a belief would show itself as a postcard, like a little picture. And it would have a picture, perhaps of a memory, but it didn't really matter. There would just be a picture, like a Polaroid. And now when I ask for where a belief or a feeling or a thing shows up in the energy field, I'll see lots and lots and lots of postcards, and they'll be sometimes around the head, sometimes around belly space, sometimes around my feet. And when I'm working with clients, I will often notice where they are in relation to chakras. So it's interesting. If you ask, then it can be shown to you. So it's why we need to practice asking, where is the overwhelm for me? Where do I see? Where is overwhelm in my energy? What does it look like to me? What does it feel like to me? And just become aware. So that we're now connecting to, angels are highlighting it, please. And this is the thing you're going to say yes, that to. Okay, so everything that is, everywhere where the overwhelm came from, everything that holds it stuck in place, everything that underpins it, everything that it leads to, please highlight all of that. And everything that is, I now deconstruct that, dissolve that, delete that across all layers of infinity and dimensions, constellations, patterns, and ancestral timelines. And so it is. Okay, I'm just going to have a feel into the energy and see if there's something else. Okay, I'm getting a sense of procrastination underneath it. So let's just highlight that strand. So ask yourself, where in my energy is procrastination? And we don't really necessarily need to know how it shows up in your life, but if you're curious, ask, and your subconscious will provide you with that information. You might hear me for squeaking my feet. It's because I'm sitting on the floor. I've got squeaky socks on. Okay, so that procrastination. For me, it feels like, as I'm feeling the energy of all of this, that it's sitting, it's connected to panic. So I want to highlight the panic that comes with the procrastination, please. Okay, and can we have more light, please, angels? Even more light. And more love and more acceptance. Yeah, this is just a human thing. We all have it. So everything that is, everything that it leads to, everything that it underpins, everything that holds it stuck in place, please highlight all of that. Great. And we now deconstruct that, dissolve that, delete that across all layers of infinity and dimensions, constellations, patterns, and ancestral timelines. And so it is. Okay, brilliant. Let's go have some water. So, what else is there? Okay, everywhere there's and this might be more interesting to feel into actually. Where is my sense of freedom? Ask yourself that. Where is my sense of freedom? Because part of what I'm noticing in these energy patterns is that freedom is often squished and replaced. So I'm going to rephrase that. Often the need for freedom and playfulness gets squished by what we think of as being the sensible, the grown-up, the adult way to do things. And when you're self-employed, as I know some of us are here, it can come under, which I will move on to in a moment. It comes under it gets squished by the idea that we must be doing, we must be trying all times, that we must be active. Whereas the freedom is much more playful. It can mean resting. It can mean disappearing off. It can have a cup of coffee with a friend. It can be any of those things that lets us feel alive. And it's most important. It's most important. So I'm going to ask everything that, it's going to tune into this energy, but everywhere where we squash freedom, please highlight that. Even more light, please, angels. And everywhere we're not having access to our freedom easily equals something less than love, please highlight that. And everywhere, everything that comes from, everything that underpins it, everything that holds it stuck in place, highlight all of that. And everywhere where we limit the joy that comes with the freedom, highlight that. I'm just tuning into something. There's something else sitting and it's resonating at the back of me at the moment. So I'm curious as to what that is. And everywhere where that leads to sadness, we're going to highlight that. So I'm calling that feeling forward. If any of this is resonating you with feelings, call them forward so that you can feel them. As you sit in your heart space with this, and we're just highlighting all of this. Angels, please pour more love, more light into this space with all of these energies that are activated and a light. Right, so everything that is, we now deconstruct that, dissolve that, delete that across all layers of infinity and dimensions, constellations, patterns, and ancestral timelines. And so it is. Beautiful. Deep breath in. Release it out. Okay, let's do a little shoulder wriggle. Let's do a little bit of movement just to get the energy moving. Okay, so I'm going to check in and see if there's anything else there that needs looking at for now. No, so we're going to move on to the next, which is the doing, the always busyness, the I'm not valuable unless I'm earning, active, busy, all of those kinds of things. So let's just start with that. Everything that is, please now highlight, angels. Okay, so everywhere where we believe if I'm not doing, then there's some sort of judgment about that, either from myself or from someone else. Please highlight all of that. Oh, there's heaps of energy with that one. Okay, so everything that underpins that, everything that holds it stuck in place, everything that it leads to, highlight all of that. Oh, and let's include this modern cultural phenomenon of busy equals important. Let's highlight that, please. Okay, everything that is, we now deconstruct it, dissolve it, delete it across all layers of infinity and dimensions, constellations, patterns, and ancestral timelines. And so it is. Deep breath in, release it out. Okay. See if there's anything else in that space. Okay, so everywhere we're doing gets in the way of us being and laughing and freedom and fun and playfulness and connection and love and joy and ease and prosperity. They keep shutting that at me, so I'm going to say that too. Everywhere where that's going on, highlight all of that. Yeah, and everywhere where we're doing that as a culture, highlight that, please. Okay. So everything that is, everything that that underpins it, everything that holds it stuck in place, and everywhere everything that this leads to, highlight all of that. Can we have tons more light, please, angels? Yeah, and love and care and compassion. So everything that is, we now deconstruct it, dissolve it, delete it across all layers of infinity, dimensions, constellations, patterns, and ancestral timelines. And so it is. Deep breath in. Release it out. Drink some water. Okay. Just going to check and see if there's anything else with that one. Okay, no, not for now. And the next one is the sense of trying. Where do you, when you're tuning into yourself, where does that sense of trying come from? I can feel mine kind of down in my lower belly space, and it's almost rising up to my heart. It's like this force just pushing myself. It's like that. What does it feel like in you? What does it look like in you? What do you sense? Okay. So now we ask for that to be highlighted, please, angels. Highlighting it, loving it, but highlighting it. Everything that it leads to, everything that holds it stuck in place, everything that underpins it. Highlight all of that. All that efforting, all of that pushing, all of that trying, everything that is, please highlight. And now let's deconstruct it, dissolve it, delete it across all layers of infinity and dimensions, constellations, patterns, and ancestral timelines. And so it is. Brilliant. So anything else there with that? Come forward. Okay, there is a little thread here which is connected to I'm not good enough. Now, it could be I'm not good enough, so I have to try harder. It could be I'm trying, but I'm not getting there, so I'm not good enough. It could be the very fact I'm trying, it means I'm not good enough. There's a link here. So everywhere where that happens within ourselves, within the energy field, within our culture, let's highlight all of that, please. Everywhere where it's not okay to need to try, everywhere where it's not okay to find things tricky, to find things difficult or challenging, everywhere where we've made it like a judgment. If you're trying, there's something wrong with you. Everywhere that's going on, everything that underpins it, everything that holds it stuck in place, everything that it leads to, let's highlight all of that. That's a big old energy field. Okay, is there anything else to add to this piece before we clear that? Everywhere where it leads to self-judgment, everywhere where it leads to a sense of lack within ourselves, everywhere where we feel that we are less than, we're not worthy, we're useless, we're incapable, highlight all of that. Everywhere where it feels like we diminish who we are because things aren't easy, highlight that. And everywhere where we put limitations on ourselves because of past experiences of having to try, of struggling, of having to push a little bit, everywhere we've made that mean something less than love about ourselves, highlight all of that. Beautiful. So everywhere where that's going on, we now deconstruct it, dissolve it, delete it across all layers of infinity and dimensions, constellations, patterns, and ancestral timelines. And so it is. Okay, that's good. So I don't know if I've said this before. I hope I have. Yawning is a really good sign that you're releasing energy. So is crying. So is burping. Some people are quite prone to that. Also, gurgly tummy can be part of it. Sorry, I'm just tuning in to see if there's anything else. And my leg's getting stiff, so let's have a feel. Okay, everything, I love this. I'm just being fed information right now. Everywhere where we don't celebrate exactly who we are at every given moment, so that we can be the light that we are, so that we can be our unique gifts, so that we can be our unique selves, everywhere where we don't celebrate that, and everywhere where we've been told to celebrate it is big-headed or bragging or something, everywhere we've been judged if we have celebrated ourselves, everything that is, highlight that. Everything that underpins it, highlight that. Everything that holds it stuck in place, highlight that. Everything that leads to, highlight that. All that stuff, and do as a cultural thing as well. Yeah, that's massive energy. So everything that is, thank you, angels. We now deconstruct it, dissolve it, delete it across all layers of infinity and dimensions, constellations, patterns, and ancestral timelines. And so it is. Delete, 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 delete. So I can see that the cultural stuff's taking a little bit of time to clear. And I should also state that when we do this, sometimes we need to revisit. And although I might be stripping a layer with your support, your help, we might be stripping a layer from the cultural aspect. We won't clear it in its entirety. It would take a lot of dedication to keep doing that. So it's something that has to be repeated, even for ourselves. It often needs repeating. And if it does need repeating, that's a signpost. There's something more that needs caring for. So don't think of it as a bad thing. Think of it as another layer revealing itself to you, where there's a desire and a need for even more love to come in. Okay, so I'm just checking in with that. There's something still here with the cultural thing. Oh dear, shifting. Okay. What are you? Can you show me? Come forward. Oh, yes. Everywhere where we've hidden that we're trying, everywhere we've hidden when we've struggled or feel limited or less than, everywhere we've hidden it is secret. There's like shame or guilt around it. Everything that is, highlight that. And that's a cultural thing too, please. Tons more light, angels. Heaps and heaps and heaps more light. Okay, so everything that underpins, everything that holds it stuck in place, and everything that it leads to, all of that, we now deconstruct that, dissolve that, delete that across all layers of infinity, dimensions, constellations, patterns, and ancestral timelines. So it is. Ultimately, what I'm seeing here is not so much the feelings that we have, is what we make them mean, and how we then limit ourselves with it, and the judgments that we use against ourselves, and obviously others as well. Okay, so I think that feels like that's the end of the energy clearing bit. So we're going to do a beautiful visualization in a moment. I'm just going to switch some music on so that you can enjoy. Okay, so get cozy, get comfy, sit back, relax. This is a beautiful meditation that Mary Magdalene, as I asked for support and help just before we came on, she gifted this information. So we're going to play. We're going to allow ourselves to be rejuvenated in a bigger way than before. And the music that's playing is an energy clearing, has energy clearing frequencies. So you're going to be cleansed on many levels. So I'm going to ask the angels to gather close, the angels of love and light and healing, and the archangels to gather close. And let's just reconnect with that grounding cord now. So take some breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And just settle into your body. Feeling your bum on the seat. Bring your awareness to behind the eyes. And then allowing the awareness to settle down within you. To within your heart space. And just continue to breathe and relax. as we invite the energies of Mary Magdalene, Master Jesus, the Divine Feminine, the Divine Masculine, to be with us, to hold us in this space as we begin an inward journey. Noticing your grounding cord is strong and revitalized, and now widen that grounding cord so it's at least as wide as you. And receive that replenishing energy. And then very, very gently, I want you to imagine that that grounding cord is allowing you to rise up, up, and up towards the light, because we're going to journey into the solar system, into the universe. So as you are traveling up gently, you are being held by the love of angels. And as you rise, just keep breathing and releasing. And as the angels lift us up with the energies, you may notice a sense of pressure around the forehead, or a sense of being lifted up. It's just the gravitational energies. Allow them and breathe. And we now rise so high that we're way above the houses and the towns that we live in. We're traveling higher into the sky, up through the layers of the atmosphere. And suddenly we're outside of Earth. And you see this vast space around us with the stars, all these beautiful planets and lights and colors. And you're traveling higher and higher and higher, deeper and deeper into the universe. We are answering a call of the divine. And some way off into the distance, you notice a particular planet. Its light pulses and calls you home. And so you journey towards this planet. And as you're journeying, you're feeling held and loved. And there's a sense of freedom within you. You take a quick glance back to where you've come from. And Earth is rapidly becoming a speck to your eyes. So you look forward towards the planet to which you are heading, knowing that you are being called to this planet, that there is a reason. And it's an adventure. And this planet grows bigger and bigger as we get closer and closer towards it. Until eventually you are coming towards the surface of the planet. And you start to slow down. And you're gently being pulled into the gravitational force of that planet. And then you land upon your feet within this new space, knowing that there's still a legion of angels to take care of you and support you and love you, that knowing also that the divine has shown you this planet for a reason. Just notice, look down at your feet. What are you standing on? What's the surface made of? Glance around you. What do you see? What do you notice? And begin to move around the planet. Just noticing, exploring. How does this place make you feel as you spend more time here? And remember that this planet was picked for you. What does this planet say to you? Acknowledge how you feel on the inside about what you see on the outside. Now imagine that the divine is channeling love directly to this planet for you. How would that change this planet if that love came flooding in? How would that change this planet? What would be different? And how would you feel about that? Just notice as this love pours in, floods in to your planet. Does anything change about what you see? Does anything change about how you feel about it? Has anything changed about how you move around on this planet? Or perhaps how you breathe? Are there any life forms on this planet? What are you noticing? How does this all feel for you now? Has it got any messages for you? And how does this planet relate to you? What does it want to say to you about your relationship with it? Does it ask anything of you? Have a dialogue with the planet. Is there anything that you would like to see more of? Is there anything you'd like to experience here? Is there anything you'd like to lay down and just release? Is there anything you would like to receive? I'm going to give you a few moments with complete silence, just the music. Just allow yourself to connect and communicate and receive. And very gently within this space, I want you to find a place where you could just rest in this planet. Where you feel held and loved. Just allow yourself to receive what it is that you need. There might be a particular quality that you'd like to receive into your heart. Go ahead, ask. Or just ask for your heart to be nourished with exactly what it needs. Do you have any questions that you wish to ask while you're in this planetary space? And you're asking the divine and all the emanations of the divine. Go ahead, ask. Willing to be curious, willing to be surprised. And with the awarenesses and the information you've been shown, given, told during this time on your planet, knowing that you can come back to this space whenever you choose. Of course, ensuring first that you are grounded to Mother Earth. Just give thanks for anything and everything that you've received here. And with that energy of rest and ease that you felt, I want you to notice where in your body you're feeling those feelings. Because you're going to bring that back to where you are on Earth. And as you gently stand and begin to walk to the spot where you first started, where you first landed, you are now lifted by the angels as they carry you back towards Mother Earth. And you notice that the planet that you were on begins to get smaller and smaller and smaller. And as the angels carry you through the universe, the darkness with all the beautiful lights, the stars, the magic, the celestial music, notice a sense of lightness within you. But you have left behind the limitations that you once thought you were. You've experienced the energy of another planet. You've experienced the energy of full divine love. You've seen the transformations that it has, the effects, and it's impacted you. You cannot come back to Earth as exactly the same person you were when you left. You're coming back with a fresh perspective, a revitalization, an energy shift. You're coming back more wise, more intuitive, more compassionate, more loving, more playful, and allowing a real sense of freedom and expansiveness. And as Mother Earth starts to come into view, you see her blue color, and she looks beautiful, truly beautiful. And with this newfound sense of expansiveness and light, You are journeying towards Mother Earth, knowing that you are more you than you were when you left. You have the confidence and sovereignty to be you. No apologies, no limitations, no judgments of yourself or others. Accepting that each and every one of us is human, is doing our best. And so you let yourself do your best, releasing the shoulds, the judgments, the limitations, and allowing yourself to thrive. And as you're coming back towards Mother Earth and she gets larger and larger, you start to see the energy around her. And you feel this amazing sense of freedom and light, joy within your heart. Let it explode within you. Allow it to light up your energy, to light up your heart. Knowing that rest and ease are just as valid as drinking and eating and brushing the teeth. They are very much part of a human existence, allows being human to be joyful and fun. The limitations you had before have gone. You are coming back to a new version of you. You are allowing yourself to be magnificent. As you bring this energy with you, as you come down through the layers of the earth, down towards the mountain areas, the rock areas, coming down towards the land that you live, the country that you live. And as you get closer and closer, you start to see the county, town, the street, your home. And as you gently land back within your body, noticing the sounds that you hear here on earth. Getting a sense of your surroundings with this new awareness of yourself. New awareness of the light and the possibilities and the love of what love can actually do. Just love. As we ask the angels to anchor this energy, this learning, this healing, into your field, into the body that you are. Knowing that you can repeat this journey whenever you want to. It is within your power. And it is your divine right. So we invite you to expand into your truth, into your own self, your sovereignty, your light, your love. To expand and to show your light. To share your light and your joy and your love with those around you. And to be gentle and kind as you walk your path. To yourself and to others. And as we gently bring our awareness to the physical self with the feet on the floor, your bum on the seat, your arms, your hands resting beside you, and your hands on your lap. Just noticing yourself. your physical human self. You've connected with that magical part within you. We can connect with that magical part whenever we need to. And before we close for tonight, just ask yourself, ask that magical part, that expansive part, that loving, kind, nurturing part, does it have a name? Because we're going to want to call it forward again and again. We need to have a name to know it by. And whatever its name is, yours. By claiming this energy, you claim the right to be here, the empowerment, the sovereignty, the love and the light, the divine and the masculine, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, allowing it to coalesce together, allowing you to be balanced and harmonized, to be both active and restful, to find peace and ease in each and every moment, as you allow yourself to celebrate exactly who you are and who you are becoming. One final question before we finish. What is it that you most need this month of October? What is it that you most need? In order to be the person that you are destined to become? What is it you most need? And is there anything that needs to be done? Is there an action that is required for you to take? And your guidance, the expansive love is within you. And as we gently come towards the closing of this session, I give thanks for the legions of angels that supported us in this journey, to the love and the care and the teachings of Mary Magdalene, and the support of Master Jesus. And I now dismiss Archangels Raphael, Uriel, Michael, Gabriel and Shamuel. I dismiss the directions north, south, east, west, and the elements of air, water, fire, and earth. I give thanks for everything that they supported us with and gave to us in this time. We are honoured, we are blessed that they were here, and they are now free to go. I give thanks for all of you here joining me, whether it's now, always now. And I thank your higher selves for guiding you to be with us. And before we finish completely, I want to remind you to drink lots of water. Keep replenishing the body with water. You've cleared a lot of energy out. You write down what you observed, what you felt, what you were told, what you heard, what you needed to be told, what you needed to be nourished, where you found the places of love and ease. Just jot all of that down while it's still fresh in your mind. And I thank you for joining me as I blow out this candle. And I wish you a blessed day.